Analysis detailing the reasons for the fluctuations in the exchange rate of the Iraqi dinar against the dollar over 21 years. Supply and demand were the most influential. December was the month with the most frequent increase in the value of the dinar, followed by August and June with increases in the value of the dinar against the dollar in 11 years, then April 10 times. The analysis concluded that the seasonal effect remains one of the main elements in determining the exchange rate trends in Iraq, as a recurring pattern appears at the end of the year and the beginning of the fiscal year. The Development Road project has global support, and that is clear as day to me. What we see today, Iraq is ready for their revaluation of their currency. Interest rates high globally, which is good, key. Economic performance of their GDP, which they're going to grow, which is huge. Foreign investment and government policies in place for investors. And overall market sentiment. A country's currency is revalued when its economic strength is perceived right. Al-Ziyadi, budget tables will reach Parliament next week. We had heard that the bondholders have received, but we haven't confirmed it yet that they have received their emails. That gives them access or tells them when they get access to their accounts. At the same time, we get emails giving us a toll-free number to set our appointments. Look at the 8 oil companies that do not want to start the flow of the oil. Emo, the answer is because the new exchange rate has not been revealed to them yet. Sudani protects it until he is ready. If and when the oil starts flowing, it should be with the same new exchange rate that is in the budget. This oil cannot flow at 1,310. It's literally impossible mathematically, let alone financially. The budget schedules are not even expected to get sent to Parliament for review until mid-March. Even when they do, I assure you we are not going to see the new RV rate. The rate is not in the budget, and we are not waiting for these damned schedules to come out for the RV. It is continuing the pattern that no one is saying it's a scam. If they do say it's a scam, it's probably a teller, but everything behind the teller, what do they say? Not at this moment, not right now, no, we're not exchanging. But they don't say it's a scam anymore. Parliamentary finance, we expect the budget tables to reach Parliament in the middle of this month. The government will send the schedules in the middle or before the end of this month. Changes are happening in Iraq. We can only hope this means an increase, even a small increase, in the value of the currency is on the agenda further down the road. We have reason to believe the value of the currency will automatically push up once the Development Road project is in place. Though the BRICS have been doing a lot of saber rattling about breaking away from the dollar, OPEC remains king of oil, and that means all oil transactions will be in USD. Here is the latest report from the Minister of Oil on Iraq's part in OPEC and their reassurance and adherence to the rules of OPEC. Article: The Iraqi Ministry of Oil has reaffirmed its full commitment to the OPEC Plus production agreement, including additional voluntary cuts and compensation for excess production. The Ministry of Oil emphasized the crucial role of OPEC Plus agreements in stabilizing global oil markets and highlighted the importance of collective efforts from all member states to maintain market balance. It appears to us there was no auction on Monday. We don't see anything on the television, and the news like usual. Frank, we noticed that too, that there were no auctions. I really don't care. The auctions are no longer important to us, but I'd like to see the flow of money, of cash money. I don't know if this is Sudani's way of continuing to hide information from Parliament. That's the only reason I can come up with. The overwhelming amount of my bond sources are very excited about what they have learned today and the appointments they have been to. They are now being told that all the 7 major groups will be paid in full over the next 2 weeks. Now that does not mean we, currency holders, will be waiting that long. I am excited about the sheer number of contacts that told me today was the day they started moving forward. I continue to be told that by the 17th or 18th of March all bonds would be paid. I was always told only a portion needed to be paid before we, currency holders, get to go. I think things will get pretty exciting over the upcoming week. The deputy chairman of the Parliamentary Oil and Gas Committee, Adnan Al-Jabri, called on the government today, Thursday, to expedite the referral of the oil and gas law to the Council of Representatives, stressing that its legislation is an essential step to regulate the management of oil wealth and ensure the fair distribution of revenues between the federal government and the producing regions and governorates. Al-Jabri said in a statement to Al-Maluma agency that the legislation of the oil and gas law is a necessary step to regulate the management of oil and gas wealth in Iraq, noting that this law will contribute to guaranteeing the rights of the producing regions and governorates, in addition to developing a clear strategy for investing these resources in the long term. He explained, the law will protect oil wealth from different interpretations, whether in the Kurdistan region or in the producing governorates, and will work to resolve the existing differences between the federal government and the regional government, and control the relationship between the producing governorates and the center. He pointed out that Article 112 of the Iraqi constitution stipulates the necessity of regulating the oil and gas sector through the enactment of a special law, but the lack of a common vision and agreement between the federal government and the Kurdistan region, as well as between the producing provinces and Baghdad, has prevented its approval so far. He stressed the importance of reaching a consensus that guarantees the rights of all parties, calling on the government to refer the law to the Council of Representatives as soon as possible to ensure the fair and equitable regulation of oil revenues. It is noteworthy that the approval of the oil and gas law was delayed for several parliamentary sessions due to political differences that prevented reaching a consensus on it. Reuters revealed on Thursday that the meeting held in the Iraqi capital, Baghdad, regarding the resumption of Kurdistan region oil exports ended without reaching an agreement. The Iraqi Oil Ministry hosted talks aimed at accelerating the resumption of oil exports from the Kurdistan region, after they were postponed until Thursday due to disagreements between oil companies and the Iraqi Oil Ministry over terms. Reuters reported, according to 5 informed sources, that an American diplomat will attend a meeting scheduled in Baghdad today, Thursday, regarding the resumption of oil exports from the Kurdistan region via the Turkish Ceyhan pipeline, in light of Washington's efforts to pressure for the resumption of exports. One of the sources, an official in the Iraqi Oil Ministry with direct knowledge of the meeting, explained that the presence of the American diplomat, who works at the American embassy in Baghdad, came in response to a request from Washington.